What's going on? What's good, fam? It's your boy KCPL, King Self Life Wrestling Takes. I'm back doing my honest Smackdown review. Let's go ahead and kick the show off. Well, look who kicked the show off. He kicked off Monday Night Raw. I don't review Monday Night Raw, even though we got Bobby Lashley as the WWE champion. Vince McMahon has no desire to book Bobby Lashley like how he's booking Roman Reigns. We know why. I don't have to go over it. You all know why. We all know why. So anyway, Fruity Pebbles, he is back. He's back on the house that he built, not AJ Styles. AJ Styles can talk about he built SmackDown. No, he didn't. This is the fool that built SmackDown. You're looking at him. Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is back. He talks about being back in Cleveland. Obviously, the Cleveland Indians are no more. They're going by the new name as the Cleveland Guardians. Man, look at it. They can change the name all they want. Does it bother me? Nope. Doesn't bother me at all. I would have left it alone, but I mean, if they want to do this, they want to change it because they feel it's offending certain people. By all means, do it. But I really didn't have a problem with Cleveland Indians. Now the mascot, I get it because the mascot actually originated from one of the Negro League teams because that was basically a black dude with the big teeth and eyes, Chief Wamu or Woohoo, whatever the name was. It was basically a black dude. If you go back and look at the Negro Leagues had that same logo, but he was black. So I understand why people, they pull that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, he talked about that, talked about being back, and talked about his one man that got him back. And he been running around here thinking he all that in the bag of chips. He said he called him an ego twisted maniac. Roman Reigns running around here calling himself the tribal chief. He think he all that in the bag of chips. Well, I'm back. He got my attention. And I want to challenge him at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. So Roman Reigns, get your butt out here right now and address me right now. So he was waiting. He's waiting. Paul Heyman comes out. Paul Heyman pretty much says that Roman Reigns is not worth your time. But you will get an answer from Roman Reigns later on. Now, after Paul Heyman said what he had to say, Paul Heyman literally was humming and whistling John Cena's theme song with doing the even sound effects. The look, Paul Heyman had me on the floor. Paul Heyman know he crazy as a Betsy bug. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now, that fool is crazy. He's crazy as heck. John Cena was trying to keep a straight face. Now Michael Cole and Pat McAfee was over there crying, laughing. They was over there rolling. Let me tell y'all something. Pat McAfee has changed life for Michael Cole. Michael Cole, I told y'all, I'm still a fan of old school Michael Cole. Michael Cole days back in the Attitude Era and then the beginning of the Ruthless Aggression era from like 03 to 06. That Michael Cole, the Oh My and all this. But over the years, I just was getting tired of Michael Cole. Pat McAfee has changed the life of Michael Cole. The two of them gelled together. Pat McAfee he's running away with this commentary gig. The fool be over there acting a fool. He just be wilding out. He be jumping off out of his seat. He be wilding out. And I got to give Pat McAfee all the praise. I got to give him his props. The man is doing an outstanding job on commentary. I got to give him props, man. He's doing a great job. He is doing a phenomenal job. But he was over there acting a fool, laughing, talking about, hey, we can't see this guy. We can't see Fruity Pebbles, but shout out to him. So let's talk about that. I talked about that. So we got, let's see. So after that, they talked about what was finna transpire. So we had Bianca Belair versus Carmella. That would be later on. So we got Big E. Big E is the 2021 Money in the Bank briefcase holder. So that means he can challenge for any championship he wants. Now, there are fans who want Big E to go after Bobby Lashley. I understand because the story calls for it. Bobby Lashley basically destroyed every member of the New Day. He's on SmackDown. Well, briefcase, you can try it for any title, either one, Universal or the WWE Championship. Now, me personally, I want them to build Big E up. I don't want Big E going after nobody right now. Even though the story calls for him to cash in on Bobby Lashley right now, no, because this is the thing. even if even if Big E did cash in on Bobby Lashley, what difference is it going to be than Bobby Lashley with Big E as the champion? It's going to be absolutely nothing. All it is just another brother with a title that they absolutely have no desire to push. They have no desire to build up right. It's a secondary title, so you care less. This is why I really don't want him going after the title because it's going to be basically the same exact thing that Bobby Lashley's going through. Bobby Lashley's run has been hot garbage. Ever since they broke up the Hurt Business, I really could give a crap about who Bobby Lashley go against. It's sad. It's sad, man. It's like I want to be excited, but I can't because I understand how Vince McMahon gets down. That's why I wish WWE fans would really understand how Vince McMahon operates. Like I don't know why people can't put one and two together. Just because we on their show, just because we got titles, that don't mean a goddamn thing. We just there to just be there. We just happen to win titles, but we're not being booked right. We're not being presented right. You know, we just too busy shucking the job and looking stupid. I'm like that, and some reason our fans are excited about that. They think, oh man, well look, we got it. They ain't about it just having a title. It's the same thing with Bianca. It's the same exact thing. I love Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is on a roller coaster ride of everything. From her and Sasha winning that SB, I'm telling you, having a moment. For me, Saturday night, that was the best match. Outside of Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. That was the match of the night. I care less what nobody got to say. Bianca versus Sasha Banks being able to main event WrestleMania. Now I know WrestleMania was broken up into two nights. For the fact that this was the first time ever we had two black women main event. See, let me tell you, I told y'all this needs to be normal. It needs to be normal where we don't have to bring up the fact that it's two black women. It needs to be normal, but it's not. That's why a whole bunch of us made a huge deal about it. We made a big old deal about it because it was us in the main event. We don't see that. Then I seen some fool going back and forth with my godfather. Y'all might know him. His name is Righteous Reg. He responded to him talking about, I don't know why WWE has to keep making a big deal about the race thing and all this stuff. Well, let me tell you something. It's because our people, like I always say, have been the most neglected fan base when it comes to wrestling. We've been the most neglected. It's because every time when we get into title pictures, it doesn't matter. It's like we always either lose or we just look extremely dumb. We jobbing out to everybody. You know, everybody always say everybody look good in defeat. No, I'm tired of that dumbass or they're not ready. It's we just want to be presented like everybody else is. That's it. So he was going back and forth with some clown that was going back and forth with him, and he was just trying to tell him like y'all need to quit because y'all ain't us. Y'all ain't never gonna understand it because you ain't us. And I agree 1,000% with the man. The man was telling nothing but the truth. And this is what I'm talking about right here. So with Big E having the briefcase, I just want them to get him ready. So when the time calls for it, he can cash in. I don't want him to cash in right now. I don't. Roman Reigns ain't nobody beating that man right now. Roman Reigns is on the top of his game. I know Big E talk about he want to cash in on Roman Reigns. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't have Big E cash in on Roman Reigns right now. If you want Big E to be ready, you got to get that man ready and get him ready going past WrestleMania because I don't think Roman Reigns is losing that title at WrestleMania 38. I just don't think so. I think Roman Reigns is going past WrestleMania 38. Big E needs to be 100% ready. You know, if you want him to cash in on him because ain't nobody ready to take that title off of Roman Reigns. The man is on top of his game. I'm just going to keep saying it right now. So anyway, Big E came out there. The crowd was going crazy. They were saying, you deserve it. He was trying to talk, but he got emotional. He got caught up in what he was trying to say. He really couldn't say because he's finna start crying and everything. As soon as he said that, here come Mr. Wakanda. I'm coming from Wakanda. He went from having a regular American accent to now he run around here with this Nigerian accent, whatever, and his bodyguard, Captain Azerzi. I don't know how to say the fool name. They came out talking all this stuff, talk about you might have the briefcase, but you're not a champion like me, like how I beat you at WrestleMania. So he just running, laughing, sounding real stupid. Then after him, here come Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. They came out talking about, oh, we gonna do this. And then after them, Nakamura came out and I forgot who came out. It was just everybody was coming out, and I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking they about to lead up to a 6-on-6, right? Nope, they didn't do that because after that we went directly over to Miami. So they was out in Miami. So they was decided WWE decided to broadcast live from two different spots. And earlier last week, that stage had collapsed. Now I don't know if anybody had got injured, but that stage had collapsed where it was. WWE wasted a whole lot of money doing that. You could have just had the entire show broadcast live from Cleveland, Ohio. You had it right there, but y'all said, no, we got to go over here and try to do a show in front of cats who could care less about wrestling. That crowd over in Miami could care less about what took place. So the match that they had the Street Profits, which was only Angelo Dawkins, and Alpha Academy, which was Chad Gable and what's the big boy name? Otis and Montez. Now Montez is still injured, so he couldn't really wrestle. So I understand why they just had the singles. But I'm gonna be honest with you, that audience did not give a care about that match at all. That audience didn't care. They didn't. And I actually was surprised that Angelo Dawkins actually went over. I was surprised. I was thinking like, oh, they really went that route. I didn't think they was gonna go that route, but they did. They went that route. And after the match, Angela Dawkins won. Right after the match, that's when Bianca came out. So they was getting ready for Bianca versus Carmella, the rematch. Once again, I told you they have absolutely no desire to book the black champions right. Why do we have to keep having rematch after rematch after rematch? Bianca should have been moved on a long time ago from Carmella, but that just shows you that they have no desire to push anybody right. The women's division in WWE is down. It should be up. And it's unfortunate that Bailey got hurt. Sasha Banks is still chilling. She not back. She's supposed to be coming back, but she not back. You need to be building cats up. Now, they said privately or quietly, Naomi has been traded. This was a huge missed opportunity. Naomi should have won the briefcase. You could have easily traded her over to SmackDown. Boom, here you go. Now you can have her cash in on her since you want to build up the whole family of the tribe. The tribe got all the titles. Naomi's married to Jimmy. Boom, you give Naomi the title. Naomi's the heel now. Boom, here we go. Now that would be the only situation where I wouldn't mind somebody that's black being the heel, because it just seems like, for me, it just seems like black folk really don't get over unless they're heels for some strange reason. I've been trying to figure out why is it that every time when it comes to our people, everybody act like they have a difficult time trying to cheer on a black baby face, but when it comes to the black talent, it's like, if you're not a heel, we really don't like you. To me, it's stupid, but it is what it is. But in this situation, I wouldn't mind they gonna be going to heel, because the girl just been getting dogged like crazy. She been getting just treated as if she doesn't even matter. And I'm like, well, y'all secretly traded her to SmackDown. Now is the time. Now is the time to pull the trigger. Bianca has had a tremendous run. The title, for me, her title run has been mid, and that's because Vince and them have absolutely no desire to push her right. They have no desire whatsoever. But I say that she's still been living her best life. I can't be more happy for Bianca. I can't, because the woman is. I mean, you talk about being dogged out in NXT, and I just find it very funny how Triple H had this. Triple H had this, but he did not give her one NXT women's title run. Yet you got the white supremacist known as Vince McMahon, who actually did the right thing by giving her the title and allowing her to actually have it. I give Vince that much prop. I give him that over Triple H goofy behind. But it is what it is, man. So they match was like 5 minutes. It really wasn't a match. Bianca ends up retaining. So we move on from that. So now we go back to the Cleveland side. And I believe we had Toni Storm, and she went against Zelina Vega, Miss Unionization. Miss Unionization. Think about this. This woman she had every right to not come back to this company, but she came back because she wanted the money. Now I can't tell her what to do with her money. If that's what she wanted to do, kudos to her. Now look, she hasn't won a single match since she's been back. I'm like, I don't know. I can't call it, man. I just can't call it, man. I can't. I really can't call it, man. I can't call it. Oh, and this was actually the original first match, because and once again, the WWE has this thing where we don't really like to build up reasons why certain cats wrestle each other. We'll just throw them together. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn happened. Match was decent, but really, it's no explanation. It's just throw these two cats together. Sami Zayn once again comes up short. Finn Balor wins. Nothing. Boom. So I talked about Big E's situation. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. So backstage, you see Shotzi Blackheart Tegan Knox and Kevin Owens all back there now. They working on Shotzi Blackheart's tank. Guaranteed that tank won't be around long. I mean, she already lost her last name. It's just Shotzi. Same thing with Tegan. Tegan lost her first name. She going by Knox. It's Shotzi and Knox. That's what they going by. I told you, Vince, he changes what Triple H does. Triple H builds, Vince kills. That's it. So that tank gonna be gone. I'm surprised that she still get to hold on to that tank. But apparently her tank is issues with the tank. Come on now. So anyway, they come back. Baron Baron Corbin is running around with the sympathy gimmick of he's broke. He doesn't have anything. He lost his crown. He's lost everything. He can't buy any food. He has so many bills. He's losing his cars. He's chilling at his wife's parents' house now, and it's like his wife is buried. This, and I'm like, there's fools that actually like this. I could care less about this, man. I really don't. I have no sympathy for this clown whatsoever. None. I don't. Y'all can have sympathy for Baron Corbin. I just don't. It is a waste of time. And then I feel real bad for Owens having to associate himself with this clown. But apparently this was about to transpire. So Kevin Owens gave him a couple of $100. I think he gave him about $400, right? And to basically get him back on his feet. Well, Shotzi Blackheart's little tank thing went off and it hit him in his midsection. So he fell down, and then here come Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. They took his money and ran off with it. So he was basically sitting there looking goofy. So that should tell you that next week it's going to be those two going at it. We're going to get a tag team match with Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. So it is what it is, man. So, if y'all like that, that's great. And so now everybody's favorite, the man himself, Mr. Psychopath, Mr. I'll do anything in the world to win a Universal Championship. Edge. Edge come out, the crowd goes completely crazy. They go ape crazy. He gets on the mic. He starts talking about how he was this close to becoming the Universal Champion. He had it in his clutches. He said, I would go out my way. I would do everything it took to win anything. But he said it was one fool that got in my way. And everybody know who that fool is. It's that clown named Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, I want you and I need you to get up here. Now, Seth Rollins, before he could say that, Seth Rollins came out there with that goofy clown laugh. He told him, he said, I need you to get in the ring. He said, I'm not going to hurt you lying his behind off. Rollins said, well, man, listen, look, I'm glad you're back, but let me tell you something. You don't belong in the Universal Championship picture. You see, every time when it's my turn, it's always somebody that gets in my way. I should be Universal Champion right now, not you. But let me tell you, this goes way back. This goes back 7 years when I had every opportunity to put you out of your misery for good. But I didn't. Now I got the opportunity to do that right now. Edge went down the list of all the crap that he used to be a part of. He used to be a part of all these old school evil groups and all this crazy stuff. Like I said, Edge is WWE Hall of Famer for a reason. He is. But like I said, man, so this feud between him and Rollins, I guess the matches will be okay. But, I'm not really too excited about it. That's just me. Y'all might be excited about it, but I'm really not. It is what it is, man. So talked about that. Yeah, Tony Storm versus Zelina Vega. Yeah, unionization. Tony Storm wins very easy. Nothing. How am I a fan of Tony Storm? I'm not really. I'm not really a fan of hers. But like I said, I mean, it's kind of funny. I actually thought Zelina would win that match, but obviously they said nope, we're gonna give it to Tony Storm. So won't be surprised if Tony end up losing. She end up turning the Storm, but it is what it is. She gets the victory. Pat McAfee going completely crazy over there. So then we get Jimmy Uso versus Dominic Mysterio. Once again, here we go. I understand when you got beef with somebody, but you don't have to have the same matchup over and over and over and over and over. That's what we got. We got Jimmy Uso with a new hairstyle going against Dominic. This young man has improved like crazy. The man got it. Back in the day when we had Eddie versus Ray in the custody of Dominic, I knew the young man had intentions of wrestling, but I didn't think the young man was going to take this so serious. This young man has improved. day in and day out. And I can't be more proud of this young man. And the fact that he's in the ring with somebody that he knows that is going to work with him perfectly. Because the Usos and the Mysterios are, listen, I don't hate on them when they matches because they have great matches. But it's just sometimes you just get tired of the same matchup. You want to see something different. You don't want to see the same matchup every week. Like if you've seen it once, if you've seen it twice, it's like okay. But I'm like this: if you're going to do something over, at least spread it out. Don't give it to me back to 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 weeks because now I'm not even gonna have. I'm not gonna be interested in watching. This is the dumb stuff I hate about WWE. WWE has one of the greatest rosters around, but the fact is they do not desire to push everybody correctly. They choose to give us the same matchups week in, week out. And then you got these clowns online that think everything WWE do is great. It's not. It is not. That's why I say, man, I can't sit up here and be like, look, I can't give WWE thumbs up 24/7 when they producing stuff that just makes absolutely no sense and they give you the same matchups 24/7. I'm like, no, give us something different. If you're going to give us the same matchups, give us impelling storylines. Why are these clowns going at it? What make us care. But WWE does not do that. They only make us care for like 5% of the show. 5%. The other 95 cats could like, you know what? I'm turning the channel. I'm not gonna watch. And see, that'd be one of my biggest issues with WWE. This is why AEW was created because people was tired of the same old, same old. People was tired of just like, I'm not watching this stuff. And then when you look at WWE, it makes you not want to be a wrestling fan. It does. It makes you say, man, how did something that I grew up on that had me, it had my interest week in, week out. I couldn't miss it. Now I just have absolutely no desire to watch anything that they do. It's like, yeah, I'll look at this, I'll watch this, but when I turn it on, I'm like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay. Like I said, outside of Fruity Pebbles, Roman Reigns, Biggie, seeing Bianca, I mean, even that, like I said, I'm tired of that. Carmella and Bianca, I done seen it about 3-4 times. I don't need to see it no more. It's kind of like, man, you know, but with all the goofy stuff that was going on, with Jay getting involved, Rey Mysterio getting involved, even and then even Roman Reigns coming out, Jimmy Uso ended up winning. So after that, Roman Reigns comes out, he addresses Fruity Pebbles, and let me tell y'all something. Years ago, when Fruity Pebbles and Roman Reigns actually confronted each other, Fruity Pebbles was basically making him look like a punk. Talk about, all right, man, it's called a promo. Learn to cut one. Now, Roman Reigns is on a different level. Roman Reigns pretty much, this is what he said. He said, okay, Fruity Pebbles is back. He wants me. He got my attention. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't want to fight him. You want to know why? Because he basically is the same dude from '05. He comes out here, he talk about you can't see me. It's the same promo over and over and over and over again. Then he says something about a sexual position known as missionary style or whatever it's called. Talk about it's the same position. That's who he is. It's like it's nothing new. Yet I've been gone. I didn't level up. This fool, he talk about he want a shot at me. Yet he coming out here with the same exact promo that he been saying ever since 2005. And I'm like, you know what? I had said on Twitter, if y'all ever seen a movie called Coming to America, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, one of the characters, Arsenio Hall, was the old guy in the glasses in the barbershop that was eating. And he was like, he ain't lying. That's exactly what I said about Roman Reigns. He wasn't lying about what he said about Fruity Pebbles. He told nothing but the truth. And I was on the floor crying, laughing. I said, man, he told nothing but the truth. But he told that fool, I don't want you now. We know we getting it. That's the typical heel. Every time the heel be like, I ain't fighting that clown. My answer is no. They end up fighting him. So when he told him no, that's when Finn Balor came out there. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm like, okay, but is this going to be a one-off? I don't know if this is going to be a one-off now. So he came out there and he basically said, well, if you don't want to go against John Cena, I'm available right now, and I'm available to take the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns looked at him and he said, you know what? You're on. So I don't know if when they fight, maybe they're gonna fight next week on SmackDown. I don't know. But see, here's the difference between Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. Roman Reigns does not wrestle every week on SmackDown. Like Bobby Lashley has to wrestle every freaking week on Raw. It makes no sense, man. You have more care for the Universal Championship than you do the company title. WWE means company, correct? They don't treat that title like a company. They treat that title like it's the 24/7 championship. And it's unfortunate that every time, like I said, when we get a hold of titles, cats have absolutely no desire to book us right. They have no desire. All this, they just be like, you got one, and it's like we marked it off. Check. Black dude got a championship. Check. Do we have to book him right? Nope, we don't. And that's basically one of my biggest issues, the difference between how Roman Reigns is being booked and how Bobby Lashley is being booked. You should be booking both of these fools the same exact way. Bobby Lashley should just be as dominant as Roman Reigns is. But Vince and them have, Bruce and them, they have no desire. None. And it's a goddamn shame. It's a freaking shame, man. And this is one of the major reasons why you don't see me doing Monday Night Raw reviews. I would, but I have no desire. I'm not booking. I'm not watching that stuff. I'm not, and I'm not reviewing. I know some of y'all want me to, but I'm not. I can't. I'm not finna sit up here and review something that I have absolutely no desire to look at. It's kind of stupid. It's real dumb. Like I said, it's just like how everybody be always complaining 24/7, talk about how I don't like, I hate Raw, I hate SmackDown. Yet you're gonna watch it week in, week out, and you're gonna give a review. If you hate it so much, stop tuning in. But these cats, they can't stop tuning in. Why? Because they love wrestling. They're addicted to it. Wrestling is a freaking addiction. And speaking of addictions, let me talk about. That's basically it. So that's SmackDown for you. I do not mess with GCW, but that was basically the talk of the town this weekend, yesterday, last night. The main event was Nick Gage, the clown, is getting ready to come to AEW and go against Chris Jericho on Wednesday night in a death match, no disqualification match. He was his GCW championship was on the line against Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, who is in Impact now. In Impact, Matt Cardona is a babyface, but in GCW, he's a heel. Well, I did not watch the pay-per-view. I might watch it tonight just to see how everything turned out. But I was seeing clips online. People was talking about it. So I was looking at the clips, and man, these fools, they destroyed each other. I mean, they was bleeding like crazy. But when Matt Cardona won, man, that place went ape for all the wrong reasons. They was mad. They was throwing pop bottles, beer bottles, water. They was throwing their trash in there. They didn't give no care. They was upset. They was mad. I said, man, I ain't know that man had that much heat. I said, man, that's crazy. But then I thought about it. He's about to lose to Jericho on Wednesday night. So they didn't want to job out the GCW champion to AEW. I understand. That's probably the major reason why that man won. But like I said, let me tell y'all something. I like color in my matches, but I don't. I'm not like all that stuff. It's really not my cup of tea. I trust me. I like when somebody get busted open. I do. But when they be doing all that crazy stuff, I mean, they it was insane. I'm like, ugh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like when it calls for it, go ahead, go all out. But them cats, they destroyed each other. I mean, they literally destroyed each other for real, for real. And Matt Cardona, he walked out with the championship, and everybody in the mom was upset. Everybody mad. Everybody crying about it. Everybody going off. But other than that, man, that's my honest take on SmackDown. SmackDown, was it better than Raw? Absolutely, but it was a lot of crap. I just think, I really didn't have no interest. I was just watching just to see what's different. Like I said, Pat McAfee is great. Pat McAfee does his job well. He does everything he can to try to get everybody over on the mic. He be acting a complete clown. He's in his zone, and Michael Cole was going along for the ride. You know what I mean? But everything else, man, you know, we SummerSlam right around the corner. You know, we got about 4 weeks to get everybody ready. Whatever match you plan on doing, do it. I don't want to see no rematches. If we get a rematch at SummerSlam, I'm gonna be upset because I'm like, what? Come on, We gotta check whatever scripts you plan on doing. Let's get this stuff going. Let's get this stuff going. Come on, let's make stuff make sense. Let's get everybody invested. Come on, Vince McMahon. Come on, Bruce. Writers in the back. Let's go. Cats don't have time to be sitting up here looking at this stuff and you be like, man, what take them on watching? But at the end of the day, I know a whole lot of y'all WWE heads think everything WWE do is great. I know y'all do because I'll be looking at what y'all be saying on Twitter. Shoot, I'll be like, man, some of y'all is crazy as a Betsy-bug. But anyway, man, that's all I have to say, man. What y'all think? Hit me up in the comment section. Y'all tell me if y'all love the show. You tell me about, if you disagree with me or if you're in agreement with me, let me know. Holla at your boy. This your boy KCFL, King Self for Life, Wrestling Takes. I'm gone.